Now, 2 NHS workers have developed an allergic reaction to the coronavirus vaccine, which began to be rolled out across the UK yesterday. The regulator has now issued a warning that those with severe allergies should not get it. NHS England's medical director added this advice was common for new vaccines. Since yesterday, more than 1,800 people were given the vaccine by the end of the day yesterday in Wales and Northern Ireland. Figures are not yet available for the rest of the country. There were 16,578 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. 533 people have died. The total number of people who've died from COVID-19 is now 62,566. Our Health and Social Care editor, Victoria MacDonald, reports.
In January, this Wirral Trust was a place of confinement, a quarantine centre for people returning from Wuhan in China. Today, that very same trust represented freedom in the shape of a vaccine.
I think there's always concerns about any vaccine because it's so new, but I still think it's safer to have it than not.
Once everybody gets a vaccine, we'll all have a lot more freedom, won't we? And I'm sure it's going to work.
This was day 2 of the largest vaccination programme in this country's history. Thousands were thought to have received the jab yesterday. But we now know it did not go entirely to plan. This message this morning from the medicines regulator, the MHRA.
Last evening, we were looking at 2 case reports of allergic reactions. We know from the very extensive clinical trials that this wasn't a feature, but if we need to strengthen our advice, now that we've had this experience in the vulnerable populations, the groups who've been selected as a priority, we get that advice to the field immediately.
2 NHS staff with a significant history of allergic reactions were affected, but are now recovering well. A warning, however, has been issued to the vaccine hubs that those with a similar history should not receive the Pfizer vaccine. In a statement, they said Pfizer and BioNTech are supporting the MHRA in the investigation. In the pivotal phase 3 clinical trial, this vaccine was generally well tolerated, with no serious safety concerns reported by the Independent Data Monitoring Committee. Staff at the Wirral Trust were phoned in the middle of the night to tell them the news, and protocols have now been changed, including making a 15-minute wait after the vaccine mandatory. There is an investigation, but experts emphasise that while a small number of allergic reactions had been reported in the trials, the public should not be anxious. Indeed, at a select committee hearing this morning, the chief medical officer metaphorically proffered his arm.
When it's my turn to be vaccinated, and I'm nowhere near the top end of the tiers, so it won't be for a while, and I will absolutely have the vaccine at the point when it is appropriate for me to do so.
And today, Canada became the latest country to approve Pfizer and BioNTech's vaccine, describing it as safe, effective and of good quality, with the expectation the rollout will begin next week.